Hey guys, welcome back. If you haven't seen my video yesterday or my short this morning, I have this thing working 100%, including background sound. The background sound was a dip switch setting, what I thought last night when I was making last night's video. I was like, I wonder if it's a dip switch setting. And it ended up being it. I looked it up and it was dip switch 29 and 30 need to be in the on position for the background sound to work. So soundboard is completely resocketed. All the chips were clean, so that's good to go. Lamp driver board looks to be 100% good to go. Solenoid driver board looks to be 100% good to go. Same thing with the MPU. That also looks to be 100% working. Most of the harness has been repinned. All this side's been repinned. These two uppers have been repinned. All of the pins on the solenoid driver board have been redone. All of the pins on the soundboard have been redone. And all of the pins on the transformer board have been redone. So there's only a few that I need to repin. The displays need to be reflowed, especially player one. Last digit likes to go out, and that's just a cold solder joint, not a big deal. But on this video, I need to get this thing out of my shop. I'm working on the Impala, wet sanding and buffing it. This has got to get out of my shop. I cannot have it here. I need to work on Robotron and Sinistar, which are going to come right over to here once I get this thing out of here. But I don't want to put this in the back building. It's going to have to sit back there for a little bit, and it's got a little moisture, and so I don't have concrete back there yet. So what I want to do is I want to tear this down on this video. I want to take all the boards out. I want to take all the displays out, including the metal bracket of the display. I'm going to take the door hinge off. I'm going to take all the hardware out of the head until it's completely empty. The reason why I'm going so far as to strip this down as far as I am is it needs it. It needs to be properly repainted and cleaned because it sat in a barn for, like I said, God knows how long. By the looks of it, I would say probably 20 years. And it's just filthy. And I want to make this thing badass looking. I don't have a lot of money in it. As of right now, including my buddy selling me this board, I have $510 into this right now. I'm going to probably spend another $400 to $500. I'll probably spend another $500 on a hard top. I ordered rubbers for it. These caps, I ordered all these caps, and I'm going to change these round targets from yellow to blue. I bought just the target itself with new rivets. They were cheap. They were like $1 a target, and the rivet was like 15 cents each. I'm going to buy new playfield plastics, which are $100 some. I'll probably have $1,100 into it when I'm all said and done. Let's be realistic here. We'll give it an extra $100 because you know damn well I'm going to go over on something. But anyways, so as far as the cabinet goes, I'm going to fix the artwork that's currently on the cabinet using, probably going to use spray cans. And I'm just going to take my time, tape it off, and save what's originally there. Why not? It's in good shape. My buddy's like, why don't you just get a stencil kit and re-stencil the cabinet? Yeah, they're $200 some. He's like, I would just clean the playfield plastics and get a new stencil kit. And I'm like, I would rather fix the artwork on the cabinet and buy a new playfield plastics because I'm going to have a new hardtop on here. You got to have new plastics. It's just going to look better. I'm sure I can buff those plastics to look almost new, but you know what? I'm going to save these plastics and we'll just put new ones on because these are pretty yellowed. And I know I'm not going to get all that yellowing off because the yellowing is also on the backside. And I can't run a buffer here or I'm going to ruin the artwork. So we'll just get new plastics. So I'm doing little modifications to it, nothing crazy. I ordered new artwork for this. So it's going to be a one-piece piece of vinyl that's going to cover this because this is all rusty. And I don't have a choice, so I'm going to have to sand this down and paint it, and I'm going to paint it as close to this color as I can get. I'll probably honestly just buy a can of Krylon spray paint that's close to this color and use that. So we'll sand all this down and paint it with that. Same thing with this piece here, and then we'll stick our vinyl artwork over top. I got some new instruction cards that somebody had made up on eBay, and they actually look really cool. It's got like a picture of the guy and stuff on it. I don't mind doing these type of modifications. Are nothing that can't be reversed if somebody wants them to be, which I don't think it's a big deal. So we'll have all new plastics. I'll save these nuts, but I'll probably put new nuts on. So I'm changing a few things on the play field as far as color goes. I bought blue flippers, and I bought white silicone rubber or silicone for the flippers. So blue flippers with white silicone. I bought all blue silicone bands. I thought it would look kind of cool with blue. And then I'm changing all these round targets to blue. And then we'll have new pop bumper caps, which are blue, and new upper caps, which are blue. These have faded to green over time. I'm still going to save these. I mean, I'll just put them in a bin. And then I'm going to LED everything. So I have non-ghosting LEDs for underneath, and then anything that stays on, we could put regular LEDs in. And I think it's going to look really, really cool. And I have a brand new back glass that I got with the game. As part of the $450 purchase, came with that brand new piece of back glass. I'm repeating myself because sometimes people don't watch the videos before, and they just jump into a video like this and they don't really realize what I went through, you know, to get it to this point. So for people who didn't watch it from the beginning, this is the original MPU, which is in really good shape. The original battery was here. We do have a little bit of battery acid here, which will need cleaned, okay? But my buddy I got that from, I asked him, I said, hey, can you do me a favor? And these chips are shot. And that's why this board's not currently working, is because these chips are shot. I said, can you reburn these couple chips that I need, which I believe are these two here? But the problem is you can no longer get these chips, so you have to switch them to a different chip, which means you have to do other modifications to the board. And as you can see up here, there's a red wire coming from here over to there. And then I'm not sure if he changed some chips over there or not. I have to ask him. There's another jumper wire over here. But whatever it is, I want to go through this board and get this one working. So he's going to burn these for me. And then I got to figure out these two, which I don't know if he has them or not. But either way, I'm going to make this one work again. So we're running on all original boards here. That's pretty much about it. I mean, it's going to be a really, really nice game when it's done. I'm almost thinking about painting the lockdown bar and the side rails, because I'm going to end up painting the legs too. So I might paint these maybe blue, just to kind of give it a little, jazz it up a little bit, make it look a little nicer. I'm going to take the side rails off. They're dented up and dinged up and stuff. And yeah, I could probably get them sanded and polished out. But A, I personally don't want to sit there and do it because it's very, very time consuming. And B, it's only going to turn out so well, you know. And I'm not going to buy new rails because that to me is a waste of money. I paint cars. Why not paint these? I think maybe black, maybe blue. Give me an opinion what you guys think. Do you like side rails being painted in the lockdown bar? A lot of purists are not going to like it. I look at it as things completely rusty and falling apart anyways. Anything I do is going to be an improvement to it. So I might as well you know, make it the way I want. I look at it this way, is if I'm not doing this to this game would be in the trash probably. So me taking an old game that's just torn up and shot and doing some modifications with paint and stuff, to me is not a big deal. They might go black, to be honest with you, the more I'm looking at it, because we have contrasting black on everything, and that would probably look really, really nice. But if this were in really good shape, I wouldn't be doing that to it. I would leave the side rails and everything, and I would clean them up the best I could. And I'm not the type of person that's going to go out and buy $200 chrome legs, $300 chrome side rails, $200 lockdown bar. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to put more money in the game than it's worth. I don't want to go above $1,100, to be honest with you. The game's only worth $1,600, maybe $1,800 in pristine condition. But I look at it as I'm going to keep it for a while. It seems like it's going to be a real fun game. So this video, I want to get everything torn out of the head, get the head off the game, take the wiring harness out of the head. And I think I'm just going to rip down the play field and then slide the glass back on. I'm going to leave these side rails for now. I'm going to put the lockdown bar back on it so I can move this into the back building. So that's what I want to do right now. I was at Home Depot this morning. If anybody needs storage bins, these are 27-gallon storage bins with a lid on sale at Home Depot for $7 a piece. So I bought 9 of these because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the silver ball parts into this one. I'm going to take another tote and I'm going to put all the Playboy parts into that one. Then I'm going to take my third tote and I'm going to put all of my pinball pool parts into that tote so that I have everything separated, ready to go. And the main thing why I wanted to get this thing up and running is when I go to restore this cabinet, I wanted to have this stuff done because then at that point, I know when I go to put it back together, if something's not working, I got a pretty good idea what's going on at that point because I've already gone through it all. Plus, repinning all this stuff throws shit all over the play field, in the head and all that. And these last couple that need pinned, I'm just going to do it out of the cabinet. Yeah, I could have took the harness out and done it out of the cabinet, but I didn't want to. So that's why I wanted to get it running first. And now I could take it apart, and in my head I know that when I put it back together, chances are it should fire up and work. So let's get into taking this thing apart. I'm going to repaint this board white and everything because look at this. This is just, that ain't coming off. This wood is rough and all that dirt is stuck into it. And every one of these old games, you get black lines coming down from the light bulbs, especially on this Playboy head right here. I mean, actually it's going upwards, but you can see how bad those are. So I'm going to repaint all that white. We'll just use house paint inside the cabinet, or maybe I'll just use a can of spray paint. I'll probably just use a can of spray paint because it's easier. But we'll just make it all look brand new again. Why not? We're talking 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm only talking spray paint on the cabinet. I'm going to use automotive paint on the rails and the legs. But we're talking 5, 6 cans of spray paint at $8 a piece, $50 in spray paint, and we'll make the sides of this cabinet look badass. Same thing with the head. And then I'll take automotive paint, which I have left. Obviously, you guys, if you're using automotive paint, you're going to have to buy it. But if you go to Summit Racing and you buy paint from them, it's really fairly affordable. And you can get a lot for your money out of a gallon of paint. But anyways, I have paint here, so it's not costing me anything to paint the side rails and the lockdown bar and the legs. And I'm going to paint the coin door because the coin door has got some pretty good dents in it. Can I massage these dents out? Yeah. Will they look perfect? No. Why won't they look perfect? Because that's not what I do for a living. I'm not a specialist in removing dents and dings in stainless steel and polishing it out and making it look like it's not there. Are there people that can do that? Absolutely. We send all the stainless steel for all these cars I do to California, and those guys knock it out, and they're freaking awesome at it. But I'm not going to send the side rails and stuff to California and spend hundreds of dollars in shipping and repair work when I can just paint it black, and I think it'll look pretty badass. I'm pretty much set on the black, I think. I just think for some reason it's going to look good. Give it a little bit of a newer vibe. In here in the coin door, completely rusted out. Completely rusted. So all this needs to be torn down. I need to clean all the rust off of all this, and we're going to take that silver, high heat silver paint that I love using from Krylon, and we're going to hit all this stuff with that high heat silver, and then we are going to clear coat it with a satin clear, and then be able to put this all back together, and it's going to look brand new. All this will be painted black and clean and nice. This thing is going to look, I'm going to say it's going to look badass when it's done. I'm fairly confident that I know it's going to turn out really, really nice. So let's go ahead and get into tearing this thing down. I'm going to pause the camera for a minute. You know what? Let's do a quick gameplay real quick. Obviously, the playfield's completely screwed, and I don't really care. Let's just play it once real quick, just so you can see, if you didn't watch the other videos, that the background sound's working now and everything. So let me pause this for a second. All right, I'm just going to turn it on real quick. I know I probably shouldn't be playing it, but I'm just going to play it real quick just so you guys can hear the sounds and stuff. And then I'm going to we're gonna get this thing torn down. I'm not even gonna play a full game. I'm just gonna show you that everything is currently working. I don't wanna run it for too long here. I just wanna show that it is up and working. Gotta put a credit in it with my knife. Okay, now you'll hear the background music if you haven't seen my short video. And I did get the plunger to work too. The kickout's dirty, so that didn't work. But the ball kick out to the side works great now that I took it apart and cleaned all that rust off of it. So once everything's cleaned and we have a new play field on here and everything, the thing's gonna work beautifully. I'll do one more ball and then I'm shutting it down. Alright, so you guys hear it. It works. Seems like everything's working on the play field and everything, so I'm going to pause the camera, shut it down, we're going to start taking the head apart. Alright, let's get this thing torn down. I'll probably go ahead and in a minute here just kind of put it on high speed. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 1, which, I mean, in theory, I should know where these go. This is player 3, player 4, and then this is, we'll just put a C for credit. Just so I have those labeled, because I'm going to pull that harness off of there. Now, I'm going to have to snip a couple wires here, okay? But what I'm going to do is when I snip them, I'm going to snip them back here, because you can see there's plenty of wire here. Just so I know what wire color went to that area, just so I don't screw that up. So I got 2 wires here, and then there's another set right here. And I believe this is just ground, power, and that's just sending power to all the bulbs. Looks like there's only a couple, and then down here there's several as well. So first thing I'm gonna do is just start popping all these plugs out. All these are original plug ends with the keys in them, so they're only gonna go back in one way. You know what, I never replaced all 4 of these in the center need done. I thought I did them, 2 of them, but I didn't. And none of these boards are actually grounded right now. I have no screws going through the board into the metal plate. Okay, so all the boards are now disconnected. Actually I lied, that one has ground and so does the sound. I gotta grab my drill. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on high speed and we're just gonna start tearing into this thing. If you notice, I'm using a socket to get some of the light bulbs out because I cannot fit my fingers in the hole. And I learned this years ago on an old car trying to get some bulbs out. I use a 9mm socket, and it's just the right size to push on the bulb and get it to turn. I am taking everything out of this cabinet because of the smell and the mildew smell and the white mold stuff inside the cabinet. I want to make sure everything is completely taken out, even the metal, because I don't want any debris or stuff left behind it. And I'll probably just bend some new pieces of thin metal like they have in here. It kind of is like almost like flashing material for a house. Head is completely stripped down. Now you guys are gonna be like, this guy's crazy. Why would you rip out the metal? This thing has a horrible odor from like a barn, and it's just mildewy smelling, and I don't want that in the house because I have animals, and I don't need one of my cats or something peeing on the cabinet for some dumb reason because they smell something. Plus, look behind here. Look at all this shit that's behind the metal. All that nastiness, bugs and shit. I don't want any of that crap. I gotta get this piece of metal off. Now, these pieces of metal is very thin, maybe 26, 28 gauge. I'm probably just gonna bend new pieces and put new in there. So that's easy to do. I'll save the old ones as my template, and then I can bend up new ones. As far as the instruction cards and everything, unfortunately, a third of them were eaten by the mice. And I don't know if you can buy new ones. If not, I have a couple heads. I can probably, between the three, salvage enough to type up new ones. But it'd be pretty cool if somebody made these. I don't know if they do or not. But I got to grab this piece of metal off the top here, and then this head's ready to be unbolted. I'm probably going to change this ground strap too. It's all green and corroded. For now, I'm going to put it in the bin. And you can buy that stuff by the roll. That's not a big deal. I'm recording everything because I can use it as a reference when I go to put it back together. I do have other machines to look at, but if for some reason I need to go back and look at something, I can. Now, another thing is I need to make a wiring harness for the head for my Playboy. I'm just going to use the wiring harness from this one for the displays because it's already out. And yes, there's more bulbs in the bottom of this than on Playboy, but I don't care. I'm just going to make it identical to this one, and whatever wires I don't need, I will just tie them up, you know what I mean, and just leave them down there. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just some of the wires won't be used. Who cares? So I'm running an extra couple wires because Silver Ball spells out Silver Ball over here, and that one doesn't. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10 bulbs along the bottom edge of that. And on this one, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 5 extra bulbs, which I don't think it's going to be a problem for me to just use that as the same harness. I'll have to check the pin out where it goes into the other boards, but I'm pretty confident it should be the same. But if not, I mean, it's close enough of a reference to where I can get it. All these staples in here I'll take out later when I go to clean the head and paint the head. I'm going to paint all inside of here so it looks nice and white and clean. No more cat or mouse piss, poop, whatever. Funny thing is I'm not seeing any poop, so somebody already cleaned all the mouse poop out of it. This material is almost like house flashing. I'll just buy the thinnest material I can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's and just cut and bend some new pieces. And the inside of this box will look brand new. Okay, I just need to take out these 2 bolts. It's nice having a shit-ass playfield. So every bolt says silver ball head parts. Every part and bolt for the head is in this one cup. It'll go in my bin. Hopefully it doesn't fall over, which I'm sure it will. I'll put new bolts in here for the head. Save them for now. These washers are really stuck in the wood for moisture and everything. So now this head will be able to be done properly. It'll look brand new. I'm gonna go a little overboard on this game just to do it. Just because I can. And just to show on camera what could be done with a little bit of labor. Not necessarily as much money, but labor. The labor end of it. So we are good there. I'm gonna pop this off. It's just stapled in. I've done these before. Staple it back in afterwards. I'll paint it black. Man, I can't wait to hear Greg's comments on this. You're nuts. Yep, I am nuts. Okay, let's just strip down the play field and then I'm gonna call it a day. Because I have got to get work done. And this is what I wanted to get done, is get this thing torn down enough so that I can put it in the back building and feel good about not worrying about I'll put my ball back in my pants. That's my test ball. I use it on stuff like this that's torn apart or screwed up that's going to get redone anyways. So if this was a nice play field and I wanted to use it as a workbench to take everything out of the head, I would honestly just put a piece of plywood over top of it. And that would be more than good enough. So now, I'm gonna grab another cup and I'm gonna label it playfield. Which obviously I'll know what it is, but just be on the safe side. These painting cups are really nice for doing this. I'm gonna have to grab a pair of pliers. Or you know what? I can use a socket on those. And if you guys were wondering in the video, was I using a socket to take the bulbs out of the head? Yes, I was. I can't get my fingers in there to twist the bulb. So I used a 9mm socket and was able to push on the bulb and twist it with it. So it worked out good. Now I just happen to have lost that tool. Oh, here it is. So I think these are 5/16. I have new ones of these. Now we gotta take, everything has to come off the playfield. I've never taken these out. I don't know if they're bolted on or if they're hammered in. I don't know. I need to find that out though. Okay, the whole stud came out. Need to order some of these studs too. I broke a couple on Supersonic. I'll honestly probably take them from this one and then replace them. Seriously? Should probably grab a pair of pliers. Nut stuck in there. Quarter inch. Looks like all the studs are spinning. And I did order all these in blue. Just think it'll look good. LEDs reflecting off the blue, give it a little bit of a different look to it. Maybe I should keep them red. I don't know. It's so hard to tell on some of this stuff what would look cool. But I am seeing quite a bit of red on the playfield. Every single pinball I pick up has a double ring on it. At least on one side. I believe these screws are all stainless, and I can put them in the tumbler, and they'll probably look brand new when they come out. Speaking of that, I need to get the rest of the Williams hardware out of the tumbler. Been in there for like 2 weeks, which is a good thing, because that really cleans it up nicely. I am saving a lot of these bulbs. Why not? I mean, use them for something. Need a 1/4-inch drive, unless I can use this. Yeah, buddy. I definitely am enjoying doing pinball, because the one thing that the arcades lack is the mechanical side of it. Okay, oh boy, just throwing my drill on the floor. The pinball gives you the mechanical side of it, which I like the mechanical side of it because I restore cars. And obviously I do a lot of mechanical end of cars as well as paint and body work. And I'm tearing this thing apart thinking in my head, like, how is this any different than restoring a car? It's really not. You're only limited by what you want to do. Like I said, 90% of this can be done so cheaply that it's not bad at all. And I learned this little 9mm trick years ago working on a car. Couldn't get my fingers in a spot to get a bulb out, and I just happened to try that and it worked. But yeah, I mean, you're limiting yourself basically to what you want to do. Well, this one's broken. So me personally, I would not knock anybody for wanting to go overboard. It's your choice. It's your game. Pinball's different than arcade games, I think, in a way, as far as pinball people go overboard all the time. Way overboard. More than I would go. By chroming everything and all that. I'm not into that. I kind of like painted stuff. I'm not a big chrome guy. Never really have been. Let me get this pop bumper off. new stickers for these spinner things. I'm gonna throw this piece of plastic away. It's completely busted. Spend the rest of my day wet sanding and buffing the car, and then I want to get the possibly that power brick cleaned up. Keep wanting to get down there and working on that space encounters. But this kind of fell in my lap this weekend, and I lowballed him on the price, and he took it, so I went and grabbed it. At some point, somebody did do some work to this game. The rubbers are too pliable. Maybe it hasn't been sitting for 20 years, that I'm guessing. Man, I can just smell the mildew coming off this thing. Crazy. You guys sick of watching me work on pinball yet? Some people probably are not happy with me. But I just do what's fun. And right now I'm enjoying this. I'm not high speeding this right now, just kind of want to see how quickly it goes. Got a snowstorm supposedly coming tonight. 5 to 10 inches possibly. Put the plow on my Jeep yesterday, just in case. A lot of times I have to do my neighbors as well. He's getting older and he's out there with a snowblower, and I feel bad, so I run down there and I give him a hand. I hate plowing. Very, very boring. Need a deep well 1/4 inch drive for these studs. Yeah, these are too pliable for this to have been that old. I mean, it might only take a couple years in a barn to really do this kind of damage. I don't know. Maybe somebody got it up and running looking like this. Hopefully I'll be able to re-rivet new ones of those on there. I think I'll be able to. They're a closed end rivet, I think they call it, or a barrel rivet. And I'm hoping that I can just put it on the vise over there and maybe just tap the back side of the rivet to spread it out so that it catches. Ugh, my back hurts, to tell you that much. I guess those are bigger than 1/4 inch, 5/16. 9:30 seconds, 11:30 seconds. Where are you? How did I lose my 5/16? Oh, got it. Boy, I don't know about that. Those things are shot. I'm gonna have to go get a pair of vice grips or something for those. I have to quit screwing around. Oh, you know what else I thought of? Is all these light bulb sockets in the head and everything. I wonder if I could find a really, really tiny wire wheel and kind of put it on a drill and just lightly go in those and just clean that corrosion off of them. Because do you realize how hard it would be to switch every single socket out? And how expensive it would be to change every single socket on the board? That would be stupid. There's got to be a way that I can clean them. And without taking them all out. That's the key. This, I'm probably just going to clean it and paint it black. I'm not going to buy a new one. I think it'll be fine. That screw went all the way to China. Don't do that. I'm gonna need a second bucket, second cup for the playfield parts probably. Yep, still using a pair of side cutters. Give it credit, this little Bauer drill, it's pretty badass. It's 4 volts. I've been using it for days now, and it's still charged. Just taking the rubbers off of these because if I go to use one of these on another game or something, the longer the rubbers sit, probably get stuck to the plastic more and more. I'm not going to completely take the playfield apart today, just getting the main stuff off. We're getting there. No, don't do that. It's almost ready to go in the back building for a little bit. Won't be too long, probably after the holidays. It'd be really cool to have it done for my party, but I got too much other stuff going on. Never gonna happen. And I accept it. I know. Gotta be an adult. Way, way behind on the Christmas light show because the weather sucks. But I'm not gonna sit out there in the pouring rain working on lights. I used to do that. So when you have a Phillips screw that doesn't want to come out, what I do is I take my hammer and a Phillips screwdriver and I hammer it in to the screw head. And what that does is it loosens it up. So for instance, this one does not want to spin out. So if you take a Phillips, put it in there, give it a couple taps, and there it comes. Well, in this case, it busted off into the wood, but you get the idea. Sixteenths. Spring. For some reason I wanted to sing "The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round" when I was watching that thing spin. That one's completely rusted. Yay. I think the bottom of the pop bumpers and stuff I'm just going to leave on today. Just trying to get the majority of this stuff off. A lot of these screws, unfortunately, I'm going to have to replace because I'm not going to have enough of them and they're not going to match. So I'll just go take them up to the Lowe's or Home Depot or Menards and find ones that are comparable. Got another strip screw here. And that one's going to be a pain in the ass. Beautiful. Perfect. So if that happens, take a flathead and hit it right to left. Another thing you could do is, if you can get to it, you could take a grinder and cut a flat slot in it. And use a flathead screwdriver. I don't have glasses on, don't tell my mom. Yeah, these plastics are screwed. These things are so warped, and save them, but they're definitely screwed. Oh, another one, yay. And another one, yay. Three. Jackpot. Got my glasses. You don't have to yell at me anymore. That stinks. Hot. The heat from cutting them also helps. Whoa, that light bulb has definitely seen a better days. Look at that guy. Oh boy, those aren't going to come out too well. Yep, that one's going to break. Yep, there ain't no hope on that one. I think those have inserts. Put a new insert in the bottom. Not the end of the world. Let me try cutting it if I can get the cutter even in there. Cutting a slot in it. I don't think I did a good job. No good. Oh boy. One of the other reasons why I like that little drill is it doesn't put out a lot of torque. So it's less likely to break something. Holy crap. Wow. God, that's horrible. I didn't realize these ones had rubbers on them. That one's just spinning. Oh boy. Oh, they have regular nuts on the bottom of these ones. All right. I gotta eat lunch. I'm hungry. Taking a break. Take apart a few more things, and then I'm gonna grab lunch. Tired. Tired.
You better get those.
Okay, so these are actually just lifting out pretty easily. Never done them before. And now that I say that, this one sticks. There we go. You gotta get all this stuff off because you won't be able to put the overlay on if you don't. Ah. Oh boy, I'm drunk. You could probably make new ones of these with a coat hanger if you needed to. Got two little pins here. Wire wheel all these, make those look brand new. Just stab myself. Perfect. You know what? I'm gonna leave that on. Hey, look, my E-clip fell off. Probably broke in half. Oh, here it is. Left just a little bit of wire on there so I know what's what. Nice not worrying about the playfield, I'll tell you that much. Within reason. A lot of people say how much work this is, but to be honest with you, it's a hell of a lot easier than doing a car. All right, now I'm gonna take a break. Oh, you know what? Get that off. Then I'll take a break. Long video, guys. Long video. All right, I'm gonna keep moving forward a little bit. Maybe I will take these pop bumpers off. I am still working on the supersonic playfield in the basement. I just put a coat of paint on here and there. I do need to get it wrapped up so I can get it put back together. And that's really all I'm doing with that game. These ones are always such a pain in the butt to get the bulb out. Now I'm not going to get into tearing the underside of the playfield apart right now because I want to do it right, you know, as I'm putting the hard top on and stuff. I like that fuse holder. It's a nice job they did. One of the prongs broke off, so they slid the fuse to the other side. Ouch. Take this wood off so that I can give it a real nice paint job. Wow, all the screws are missing. Clearly somebody's had this apart or something. Oh, it's stapled. Factory didn't put a bunch of screws in. They stapled it. Ugh. Long staples too. That's weird that they didn't put the screws in. Huh. Whatever. I'll put the screws in. God. Jesus. 450 staples on this side. Flippers will stay on for now just because I don't want to go with an Allen key. Should never have let Billy at the factory have the staple gun. Ugh. Got it. No way those staples are coming out. Guys can to see what I'm doing. Yep. Okay. Trying to get this playfield disconnected. Ouch. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the pop bumpers for now. I'm not gonna mess with them. Leave that as is for now. Now these side rails on these cabinets are a bitch to get off because they nailed them in, and when you go to lightly pry them off, you bend them. Like I said, after this video, this will disappear for a little bit. I'll collect the parts I need for it, and then we'll do it. I wonder how many people are pissed at me that I'm working on pinball. Can't please them all. Now, stuff like this, I'll probably get a new plate. We'll see what happens. The plate's bent, so I'll probably get a new plate, but I'll maybe save the handle. I'm not sure yet. Don't really know yet. I do need to get this harness out of the bottom of the cabinet because I also need to make one of these harnesses. So I guess by buying this, I really don't need supersonic. So I'll probably just keep it in the basement for a little bit and sell it. Probably just leave it down there for the holidays. I think my battery's finally dying. Dumbass idea. Probably have to get the pry bar out of my van. I'm gonna take this off real quick up here. Finally time to charge the old drill. She did. Made it a long time between taking that car apart and this so far. Let's see how bad I can mangle this thing all to hell. Oh my God, it's horrible. I've done these before and this is just like exceptionally stuck. Good thing I'm painting them. I could put a paint stick between them, but can't even get them out of the wood far enough to frickin' get a paint stick between it. to sit here and hammer them all out, flatten them the best I can, and bondo the rest. And then they'll get screws. Not happy about this. I know I can fix it. Just frustrating. You're kind of screwed either way. I can cut the heads off, but then I have the nails stuck in the wood, which I still have to get out or I won't be able to put screws in. Who thought this was a good idea? Is this just for security purposes? Because you sell security screws. I'll just hammer them out, make them straight again. It'll be fine. Just a little bit more work than I expected. So when I touch up this artwork, I'm going to tape off, do the blue, tape the blue off, and the black off, paint the white, and then I'll probably just brush touch the black because it's in extremely good shape, and that'll be really easy to touch up. All right, guys, I am done with this video. This cabinet is 100% stripped down, including the braided ground wire that was in the cabinet. I took it all out. I said, screw it. Let's just get it all out of here. I went this far. What's the last little bit? You know what I mean? Now, did I go too far? Probably. Do I care? No. Do I care what people think? No. Is it worth a ton of money, this game? No. But, you know, I don't know. Why not? What's it matter? Who cares? If you enjoy doing it, do it. Do whatever makes you happy. That's how I look at it. Never, ever let somebody talk you down about doing something because they don't want to do it. Just keep that in mind. I don't care what anybody thinks. I do what I want to do no matter what. And that's what makes me happy. And for some reason, I love the artwork on this cabinet. And I don't know, I just wanted to do it this way, so that's why I'm doing it this way. It's going to be a badass looking pin when it's done. I'll keep it. I'll definitely keep it, just because of what I'm going to put into it. A lot of labor is going to go into it. Not money, labor. But that's fine by me. I'm totally cool with that. I might see if I can get some new braided ground strap. I don't know if they sell it or not. I'd imagine they would sell it. Just then I don't have to put the old one back in. The reason why I took everything out like I did is, look, I mean, the cabinet is disgusting. I mean, there's some unidentified diseases in here possibly. But you know what I mean, it's pretty bad. So I'm gonna clean this thing. We're gonna paint all inside of here white. We need to fix the bottom, it's loose. We're missing a cleat. A little triangle there is missing. We'll put another one in there. We're missing one right here. We'll put another one in there. We'll get this all refastened nice and tight. The outside of the cabinet really, guys, is not in that bad a shape. It's really not. This is not good. That's not good. I'm not going to lie there. That sucks. But I came up with an idea for that. I'm going to go up to Tractor Supply. When I go to work on this cabinet, I'm going to go to Tractor Supply and I'm going to see if they have some big needles for like horses, you know, for injecting horses or stuff like that. And I'm going to see if I can't put some wood glue into the big needle and actually stick it up in there and squirt the glue along there and then clamp it down. I think if I do that, we're going to be just fine with it. And this is totally salvageable. I can totally fix this cabinet. But for now, I'm going to stick it in the back building. I'm going to take all the electronics and put them in the house. And then the first step when I get back to this project is going to be the cabinet. We're going to get the cabinet done. We're going to make the cabinet look badass. We're going to take that, put it in the basement, and then I'll go in my bin and pull out parts and slowly start cleaning everything, painting everything, and making everything look beautiful again. And then it'll all go back together, and fingers crossed it plays well. So long video here, but I wanted to just do it. I wanted to get it done so that I can get it out of my way. But look at the difference in the color. That's originally how white this cabinet was, and this is what it looks like now. This side's not bad as far as they call it planking with the wood. The other side took the brunt of the damage, so I'm guessing maybe it was maybe by a door or something. Obviously closer to the elements, but this side's a little worse. But once again, not horrible. I'm literally just gonna sand this down, fill in any big nicks, and then repaint it after I fix this bottom here, obviously. I might not even need a needle, to be honest with you. This is so far out, I might be able to flip this upside down, blow glue in there, and then just clamp it together. I wonder if I should do that now. I'll let it go for now. Well, I don't know. Almost makes me wonder, like, should I do that now so that I keep it from getting worse? I mean, I don't want to let this sit too long because I want to get it fixed. Maybe tomorrow I'll make a video on just gluing that up. I don't know, we'll see. I'm probably not going to move this tonight, but the level of moisture that this cabinet took, it's actually in not that bad a shape. I mean, when you have pinball legs that look like this, can you only imagine the moisture that this took for how many years like that, I mean, that is bad. But yeah, I'm gonna do black side rails, black front, the black back piece, black legs. We'll repaint all this. I think the black with the white and teal is gonna make, just like the image on the side, it's gonna look really good. And then maybe we'll do the front of the back box black, that front band around the edges, paint that black, and then we'll touch up the artwork in the back. I think that might look really, really nice. It'll give it more of like a newer vibe. We'll have all new LEDs on the original style playfield. I don't know, they call that hardtop 2.0. So I don't know if it's improved or if the artwork's changed a little bit on it. One more thing let's look at. The underside of the playfield is way better than I thought. Now that I actually have it out and not looking at it on an angle and actually getting a better look at it, it's overall in pretty good shape. I mean, that's not bad. That's totally, it's not going to be that hard to clean, really. And these leaf switches and stuff really aren't too bad. We'll take them and we'll clean them all. These type of things here, all these levers, we're going to have to take those out of there and wire wheel them and probably spray a little clear on them and then put them back in. They got to come out anyways. So what I'll probably do with stuff like that is take one of the screws out of the leaf switch, swing this thing out of the way, get the lever out of there. Same thing with that one. I don't want to take everything off the bottom of the playfield. Now, if I want to clean up stuff like this, I'll just do one at a time. You know what I mean? Or two at a time. Just so that I don't strip everything off the bottom of the playfield. Then I'm really, wondering like, all right, what do I got to do now? How, you know what I mean? I could definitely put it back together if that's the case. I know I can. But I don't want to go through that if I don't have to. We have some spots that are pretty rusty. So like these brackets here are pretty bad. Take that off, wire wheel it, paint it, put it back on. All these spoons seem to be okay. That's what I call them at least. If these things break, you can fix these. I actually have some urethane adhesive for automotive. I could actually put that on there and that would be strong as can be. So like I said, it's in way better shape than I thought underneath the playfield. So I'm digging that. I'm happy about that. I'm not going to repaint the underside of the playfield. I really don't think it needs it. I think it's just going to get a little cleaned up and leave it. Like the white stuff, the mildewy stuff, we'll get that off with a little bit of magic eraser, maybe some lightly bleach it or something like that. Any of these, I think what I'll do is these L brackets, I'll take them off and either clean and or replace them. I'll probably clean them. I'll clean them. I didn't realize that the leaf switch is actually threaded into them. I need to take these ones out anyways because I need to drop those out of the playfield. So what I might do is I'm probably just gonna take a piece of tape and put it on here and put like number 1 and then take these group of wires right here and put a piece of tape around it and label it 1 and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can let this stuff dangle and I'll know exactly where it goes right back in place with the numbers on there. And then that I'll be able to clean all these brackets up. Because if you don't clean this stuff, it's only gonna further rust. It's not gonna stop. You know what I mean? Even though it's gonna go in a dry house, that's never gonna stop. It's gonna keep going. Once rust starts, it just goes and goes and goes until you stop it. And sometimes you can't stop it, but for the most part you can. So that's where we're at with this. Could I yank everything off? Yeah, but I don't think it needs it. I do need to figure out what I want to do with the light sockets, though, because I do want to clean those. And also, do the inserts all have to come out of this to put a hard top on? I would imagine so. I don't know. I've never done one. I don't know how thick a hard top is or any of that stuff. So if anybody can chime in and let me know, that would be good to know. So thanks everybody for watching. Long video, but I wanted to kind of document how I was doing it so you guys can actually see what's all involved. It's definitely a several hour project to strip it down to this point. But once you have it down, the fun begins. You can start rebuilding it and making it look awesome and just putting it back together one piece at a time. So thanks everybody for watching and I'll see you guys later.